5v5 is upon us, ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and droids across our beloved empire, and I want to talk about how you can get mentally prepared for this upcoming 5v5 Grand Arena season, and more specifically, I honestly firmly believe if you want to be one of the best players in Galaxy of Heroes and you come across Galactic Legends, you need to have a plan to beat all those Galactic Legends. And furthermore, if you can learn how to beat them without a Galactic Legends, you're truly are going to master Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. That is going to be the main emphasis of today's video, is countering Galactic Legends, a variety of counters, and more specifically non-GL counters to those Galactic Legends. But real quick, in case you're looking for other resource and you want to think of other good defensive and offensive teams, card in the top right hand corner. Just a couple days ago, I did my all squads ranked for February 2021 to give you a variety of ideas to use for offense as well as defense. And towards the end of the video, although we're focusing mainly on Galactic Legends counters today, towards the end of the video, I'm going to have several resources to help you if you need to form counters for other non-Galactic Legends teams that you are bound to see on defense as well. So let's get this show on the road and start talking about how the heck do you beat these titans of Galaxy of Heroes. And we're going to start off with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, by far one of the best Supreme Leader Kylo Ren counters. If you don't have any legendaries at your disposal and you don't want to use Galactic Legends, is going to be the Captain Rex lead. We're talking about Supreme Leader Kylo Ren counters first, and man, let me tell you, if you can master this, get the mods right. I'm gonna leave links down below to the video description to all of these videos where I did these counters myself, and there's gonna be a few others content creators I want to shout out throughout this video. But Captain Rex is manipulating Supreme Leader Kylo Ren's fascination with fives and taking advantage of the AI. This requires no legendaries and can get you high banners, but you need to mod properly. Check out that video for further demonstration. I love this one right here. This was kind of the fad for last 5v5 Grand Arena. I showed how Stormtrooper, yes, is one of the best counters up against Supreme Leader Kylo Ren because he has absurdly high defense, especially his wall of Stormtroopers is unique. When he's with other Imperials on the team, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren just has a hard time taking him out, and you're going to see a lot of Darth Vader on this list. Darth Vader counters every single Galactic Legends inside of this game. Moving on, this is the tried and true Jedi Knight Revan with Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker up against Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. There's not a lot of RNG involved. It's like clockwork every single time. The battles are going to happen the same exact way, and you just got to make sure you keep control of General Hux. You do not want General Hux feeding a bonus turn over to Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and this whole strategy works because Supreme Leader Kylo Ren hits the Savior on Jedi Knight Revan right away, triggering a bonus turn, allowing you to control the field. Now, this footage is not from me, but I want to give a special shout out to Kiawe. This is the first time I came across this counter with General Anakin Skywalker up against Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. It's not my favorite counter out there because it pulls a lot of great characters together, but nonetheless, I've used it in a few situations during live streams where I kind of was in a tough pickle and I had my my Han and Chewie and I had my General Anakin Skywalker, and the situation's kind of the same compared to that Captain Rex team that we showed earlier on. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren has this weird fascination with fives, and his AI tries not to using his AoE if there's a fives on the field. Now, I know we said we aren't going to show Galactic Legends counters up against Galactic Legends, but I'm going to show you a few oddballs that I think are really worthy of note. Sith Eternal, with the armor as we've shown recently, can basically take on a full team of Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. As long as the armor gives 3 stacks of Beskar ingots over to Sith Eternal, he's going to get the job done. Now, this doesn't mean Sith Eternal is the only counter for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. If you want to use the Galactic Legends, Rey, obviously Jedi Master Luke Skywalker, and a Supreme Leader Kylo Ren mirror match are going to work fine, but I just want to kind of show those oddball Galactic Legends counters to Galactic Legends out there. And the other variant with the armor is going to be Jedi Knight Revan, Jedi Knight Luke, and the armor. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren has the most counters and most stable counters up against him on defense, and this really showcases how crazy things can get where we can now finally 3-man a Supreme Leader Kylo Ren with Sith Eternal or Jedi Knight Luke, and basically turns into a 1v5 solo once the Beskar ingots start stocking up plentifully. And now let's move on to our Galactic Legends Rey counters. Now, I'm not gonna lie, Galactic Legends Rey, it's always gonna be kind of a different experience. There are so many compositions with Rey. She's the most flexible Grand Arena defense team, the best all-around Grand Arena defensive team out there in general. So there's not going to be one experience similar to the next, but there are some key counters that will work. Darth Vader, yet again. If you can master the Darth Vader counters for a variety of Galactic Legends, you are going to be flexible and be able to put a more aggressive defense, trying to trip up your opponents. And you just saw me a few moments ago countering Rey without even the use of Wat Tambor. Traditionally, when we go up against Rey, we think of Vader, Thrawn, Wat as the core trio. Well, with Moff Gideon and Piet, you have the possibility of taking on Rey without the need of Wat Tambor. If you don't have Wat Tambor, or if you want to use Wat Tambor somewhere else, like with General Grievous or Darth Revan, for example, to counter another team out there. So you have a lot of different compositions with Vader that you could throw up against Rey. It's going to be a bit tricky because not every Rey experience is the same. Unlike Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, every battle goes the same way over and over again. So if you aren't too comfortable dealing with the Darth Vader stress and fighting the clock, it's one of Vader's biggest problems, is you can possibly run into a timeout situation. Jedi Knight Revan with Jedi Anakin Skywalker, Bastila, Hermit Yoda, and either Shakti, Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker will get the job done as well. You're going to mark down Rey, go all in her, and despite whatever lineup it might be, Jedi Knight Revan can take out a Rey team pretty easily, taking them out as fast as possible. But you got to make sure you mark Rey. And this next counter is going to be the Darth Revan variant. Now, Darth Revan's actually the least used counter out there because it has the least consistency. But if you see an opponent with a Rey team that does not have a pre-taunting tank like L337, for example, or IG-11 with Queel, you might have the opportunity of using Darth Revan because there's no tank to get in your way of throwing the fear into the whole team, and no tank getting in your way for Grand Admiral Thrawn. So this is another counter I want to throw out there. Rey's going to be the trickiest team to beat, but there are some options. Jedi as well as Darth Vader are going to be your go-to counters. Moving on to Jedi Master Luke, arguably one of the worst defensive teams out there because, as you're seeing right now, even a basic Emperor Palpatine lineup can take advantage of Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. And Darth Revan is going to be another popular counter. Of course, you can use your Sith Eternal to take out Jedi Master Luke. You could use Rey to take out Jedi Master Luke. But again, we're trying to focus on non-Galactic Legends counters here. And you can do a variety of things. I highly recommend, if you're going to try using Emperor Palpatine up against Jedi Master Luke, bring in Darth Treya. Darth Treya's unique ability to cleanse off the ability blocks, to cleanse off the stuns, are going to be incredibly important for taking on these Jedi Master Luke teams, because Jedi Master Luke's going to open up an ability block, and if you cannot clean that ability block off, it's going to be tricky. So only run these Palpatine counters up against Jedi Master Luke if you have Treya. And here's the big ticket item right here. Darth Revan with Bastila and Wat Tambor can basically take on a full team of 5 of the best Jedi. Now, keep in mind, you're not going to see most likely Jedi Master Luke with Jedi Revan and Jedi Anakin Skywalker, Jedi Luke on defense. No one's going to put all those characters on one defensive team, especially seeing things like this where Darth Revan with the blast tech of and we didn't even get the tech over the Bastila, can take out a Jedi Master Luke team. Absolutely insane. So those are going to be your go-to Jedi Master Luke counters. And now we're turning the page to the last Galactic Legends on our list, Sith Eternal Emperor. Now, although I said Jedi Master Luke is one of the worst defensive teams, well, the thing about Sith Eternal is he's got one of his biggest counters is one of the most accessible free-to-play teams out there, Imperial Troopers. Imperial Troopers, no matter what type of variant you run, as long as you have General Veers, you have yourself Piet and Stark, you can take out a variety of teams out there. Again, links down below to a variety of footage that I've shown in the past here. So keep that counter in mind. And it's very important to make sure, if you are going to use that team, I highly recommend Death Trooper, and make sure Death Trooper goes before General Veers does the Master. So you got to do a little bit of mod tweaking. We're showing Bit Dynasty right now. Again, links down below to their channel. I've ran this in the past, but I figured let's show another person that's out there in the community showing some fantastic ways to counter. Darth Vader, surprise, can also counter the Sith Eternal, but it seems like you need to use Wat Tambor. It's kind of almost the same drill, like going after Rey, using our Darth Vader counter. So that's another counter out there to keep in mind. If you want to use your Darth Vader, you got to decide what's the best use out of Darth Vader. And now we're going to show, again, some very limited circumstances, but I think it's very important to point out, even though this is a non-GL counter video, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren can solo the Sith Eternal. I have never had any trouble using my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren in a 1v5 situation up against Sith Eternal. Even sometimes where it got dicey, I've never lost once. And if you can pull off 63 banners up against a Galactic Legend, that is huge. And lastly, we have It's Just Ian. They showcase footage from one of their viewers showing Rey soloing the Sith Eternal. Now, I'm not going to recommend this as much because Rey soloing Sith Eternal things can get dicey, especially depending on the Sith Eternal composition. If there's like Thrawn or Moff Gideon, for example, on there, it's gonna make the task a little bit more difficult. But if it's something like with Sith Assassin, Darth Trith, definitely give it a shot. Rey can get you again 63, and if you play your cards right, you can potentially get full health and protection up against the Sith Eternal with the use of Rey. So again, we're showing Darth Vader right here because Darth Vader is going to be your go-to free-to-play character to counter every single Galactic Legends out there. Every time I'm walking into a grand arena, I'm thinking to myself, all right, where are we using Darth Vader? Are we going to use Darth Vader up against a Supreme Leader Conrad? Are we going to use Darth Vader up against Rey? You got to kind of have these plans in mind because you need to kind of predict what your opponents are going to place on defense so you can get ready and work around them. Now, in case you aren't going to be fighting Galactic Legends, if you aren't, hey, man, let me tell you, Grand Arena is a little bit more enjoyable when you don't have Galactic Legends to fight. I want to share a couple of extra resources to help you get ideas for defensive teams, offensive teams, and counters to other non-Galactic Legends teams that you're bound to see on defense. And it wouldn't be a Grand Arena video if I didn't even mention Xerath. Links down below. Xerath has a fantastic spreadsheet which has a variety of teams, teams that I'm not even fighting, like Hera, for example. I haven't fought a Hera in ages. Hux, Django, and they do also have some Galactic Legends things. And I gotta say this, I think I'm finally inspired by Xerath. I'm going to start trying to keep track of my own teams that I'm using in Grand Arena, or even videos for that matter, to try to create a counter team. I love creating spreadsheets. I have one for Zetas. I got one for all my teams ranked, all my leaders ranked, even my Whaler fail. I love making spreadsheets. And I think if we can get more people out there, like every content creator, every person, to kind of create a spreadsheet with what they're using and what's successful. And the best part about it is they also link the video or stream that they showed this counter. Man, that would be the most intensive, comprehensive counters list ever. So I think starting this upcoming Grand Arena season, I might start making my own spreadsheet as well, because I think this is fantastic. And I've fought a lot of teams that I'm not seeing on here. And I think if I make my own spreadsheet, pair it up with Xerath, man, talk about a powerhouse resource. Fantastic content creator, really knows their stuff. And they're one of the top tier players, in my opinion, when it comes to Star Wars Galaxy Heroes Grand Arena. And of course, we have SWGH.GG. This is a great website, although unlike Xerath, where he shows video footage going through it, this has pretty much all data from players, but without video footage here. And of course, you can see, for example, what are the most popular meta squads on offense as well as defense. What teams are holding the most banners, what teams are giving away the most banners, and what's going to get you the most banners on offense. So again, links down below to this if you want to get some other ideas out there. Like, for example, Imperial Troopers are fantastic on offense. And of course, we have the counters list right here. So if you're fighting a variety of teams and Xerath spreadsheet doesn't have anything, I don't have anything, this is a good backup resource to go in. And for example, if you need a General Grievous counter, it's going to show you some of the best counters for General Grievous, for example. If we go back, the next one I believe was Mon Mothma, a variety of counters going up against Mon Mothma. So between all these resources here today, you should be well prepared to dominate this upcoming season of 5v5 Grand Arena. I'm looking forward to, I always have a blast doing these Grand Arena streams, always learning something new, always having a good time. And I hope with this help today that I'm sharing with you, hopefully you're gonna have a great season as well. Like if you did enjoy the video, comment down below on all your thoughts, and be prepared to dominate the holotables this season. And more importantly, always say to yourself before you go to bed, when you wake up, and just throughout the day, that it's great to be in the Empire today. See you guys later.